Do we ever have an agenda? What's up, everybody? We are recording. I just want to say, for those that are watching on YouTube, all like 100 of you, I am wearing the same outfit as the last episode, but I didn't realize that, and it's been 2 weeks since we recorded.
Yeah.
So it's not that I'm that poor. Yeah.
That's a hot shirt though. I like that. Koreatown.
Big shout outs to Dumbfounded. This is merch.
It's nice.
Yeah. I ordered an extra large.
Yeah.
Thinking it was gonna fit me.
Yeah.
But it's kind of loose.
It looks a little snug. I'm not gonna lie.
Snug?
Yeah.
Nah, dog. It's big. It's huge.
It looks a little snug, in my opinion. Should be bigger.
Man.
Danny and I, we have this plastic shield between us. It's meant for, these days, you know, if you watch TV, they have those plastic things.
Right.
Right. This
just in case one of us has the vid, But my question to you is, if one of us had it, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this plastic wall that we have in front of us, with germs don't curve. They don't do like the that movie Wanted, the Angelina Jolie thing. Like, I don't think this is highly effective, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know, but it seems standard everywhere, right. So why not?
Like like social distancing, but when there's impossible to social distance on a subway.
And you've been on during rush hour.
Yes,
too. It's just like you might as well be like sleeping in the same bed.
I know, like seriously, like I've felt what other people had in their pockets as they're passing by me.
Oh my gosh!
I'm like, ooh, why do you have keys? Why do you need keys in Korea? That's one thing I miss about Korea.
Keys?
I don't have. Why do I need keys?
You miss having keys?
Yeah.
Why? I love not having any keys.
I like keys, like for self-defense purposes.
Oh, for a nostalgia.
Yeah.
I was thinking for
like, you know what I mean?
Time.
For
self-defense.
Okay. Yeah, self-defense. Joe Coy says that he learned, his mom taught him how to fight.
Yeah.
By putting his keys through his fingers like he's Wolverine.
Yeah.
And he punching motherfuckers. So I don't know, man.
Ooh,
I just don't have I miss keys. What can I say? So Bob, we took a break.
We took a break. Yeah.
Because you needed some.
I needed some
R&R time.
Yeah, I needed a rest. Like, kind of everything fell apart. Like, I think what happened was it's just been, my day to day, and for everyone, it's been a really difficult 12 to 15, 16 months, right? Because of COVID, right?
Right.
And for me to stay positive for that long was just not going to happen.
Right.
And I think like internally, I kind of just made myself forget about it and try to keep it going.
Right.
And everything exploded. I don't know. Like I just, in every aspect of my life, I was making the wrong decisions. I was totally like just completely not in control anymore. And I was just saying things. I wasn't me.
Yeah.
Which happens every couple years, I would say, but not like this. Not with the pressures of being a father, holding a full-time job,
right,
and having to make more money on top of that, and then also, relationships at home, friendships. I don't see my friends. I haven't seen my family in a year and a half, right? More than a year and a half, which is the longest I've gone. So I was in denial for a long time. Like, we're going to get through this. It's going to be okay. And then I just kind of like, how bad a guy starts smoking.
Right.
Right. And I've never smoked in my life.
But you quit, right?
I did during this time. Yeah, I did quit. I had to, because at the very end, when I was losing it, I was snapping at people. I was not myself. And I realized that, the nicotine gave me a lot of the shakes. It made me feel like it felt great. It was working to a certain extent,
right?
But it was leaving this kind of like weird physical like hangover that doesn't end.
Right.
Makes you just like tingly or whatever. Like I was shaking literally.
Yeah. I mean,
so
I told you not to do it.
Yeah.
Many times. And, but I go, man, you're 44. Like, what am I going to do? Like fucking steal your wallet from you? No. Right.
So well, you know what it was like? This is how irrational I was being at the time. Because I would see people at the office go out and take smoke breaks. And I'd start thinking, man, they're going to relieve some stress. And it's worked for them for however long they've been smoking. I've never tried that. Maybe I deserve to try something that might fit me right now.
Right.
For this time when I can't control my life.
Right.
And it just made things worse.
Yeah.
So, and I realized I was starting to dissect my life in the last week. And I realized I was sleeping only 3 hours a night. I'd wake up, I'd stay in bed, but I can't go back to sleep after 3 hours of sleep.
Right.
On average, right? Yeah. So I thought like I was fine. In 3 hours, maybe I'm just old. I don't need that much sleep. Because I would get through the whole day and get drunk almost every other night. Right. Or if not every night. And I was looking to alcohol. I was looking to smoking. Right. I was looking to this, lack of sleep. And then I was running these crazy miles, like doing half marathons like twice a month.
Right.
And some, thinking that was all okay. And then with the smoking, I did not know that this would happen, but I had no appetite. Like I would, whenever a meal time came around, I wasn't hungry. Right. If I forced myself to eat, it was only like a couple of bites. And then so, biology is like, I don't have any energy. Like I don't know how to, and so everything just was like really bad. So up to the point where I just I wanted to resign because I figured maybe the job was the reason. Yeah. Because that's literally where the most stress was coming from in my mind at the time. And then I figured out, no, it's like so many things. Like I stopped going to church. Also, and I didn't realize how much of a difference that made for me as well. And because like when I go to church, it's all in Korean, but to be honest, like I'm forced to meditate at least. I'm forced to, talk to God. Right. And then for me, it works because it reminds me that I'm smaller. Like I'm allowed to be out, not in control.
Right. Okay.
And when you do that, you let go, and then actually life becomes a little easier. So everything just kind of collided at the same time, and it's good to be back today. I won't say I'm out of the woods yet. I think I've only recognized the problem. So now it's my duty to really keep everything in check. Right. Like I haven't smoked in 10 days or so. Like something like 10 days. So that for sure I'm going to try to keep in check.
Yes.
And then, oh, damn mosquito.
All right. Keep on talking.
So,
yes.
I've been through depression before, right? And so this was a little bit different. It was like, it triggered even depression. So it was a lot of those things, plus me being so down on myself that I didn't think it was worth, I was worth anyone's time. My family, my son, my friends, my coworkers, I really let everyone down. It was really embarrassing actually to just, even on Instagram or like on social media, I said, I need prayer, which I often do, like every now and then, because it's also a reminder, like, to help each other out,
Right.
And it's okay to ask for help. I learned that a while ago, but to say that I don't take it lightly to say that I'm going through depression, because I know people that deal with it even in harsher ways than I do.
Right.
But I do feel ashamed a little. I felt shame in the first few days that I was alone. I'm back home. I just forced myself to stay in bed. I couldn't sleep, but eventually I found it.
Nice.
I was sleeping. My wife wasn't nagging me as much. She just kind of let me be. I still had some duties at home, but it was better than it being at work. I even did some work at home, but I think the shame and that stuff I still feel a little bit, but I think I'll get through it. I stayed off social media. That also helped a lot, because I realized when I was on social media, it's just like I see how everyone else, for the most part, I see people having a great time and like doing great job in their life, right? And so I don't know if that's true or if it's all a front, but
but you understand it's always a front.
I know that, but but in my state, to see that over and over again, it was just not helping me. So for me to just kind of, it was important for me to not see that. And so even now I'm not on social media.
Have you considered possibly therapy?
I did. Like, I even thought about maybe getting medicated, seeing if I could, sorry about this thing keeps falling. So I thought about maybe seeing a doctor that can give me something to just cool down my anxiety. But
I mean, beyond the pills, I mean, like, like someone to help you possibly navigate what's important and what's not. Isn't that the one that's stripped?
Yeah.
All right.
This one's gonna die. But
you know what I mean? Like beyond the pills and whatever, like the uppers or downers or whatever the hell they give you, like the idea of having somebody that actually doesn't know you at all.
Yeah.
But kind of from a third party, like 10,000 elevation level. Like kind of just kind of like, well, have you ever considered maybe this might be the problem, or this might be unnecessary for you to worry about, or whatever it is? I don't know what therapists do.
I've never really had that kind. Like in college, I had some therapy. I remember it was good to let me kind of like be honest about things, and I felt less judged,
right?
Because even when even amongst friends, like you look to them to help you get through a hard time.
Right.
But, the really shameful things the things that you're most shameful about.
Right.
You really won't just let it out.
Right.
So I think in that sense, talking to a stranger and feeling less judged and just human would be helpful.
Yeah.
I think that might be the next step. I did want to stay away from the drugs for now to see if I can just figure out what the problems were.
Right.
And see if I can just, take care of myself better.
Right.
Like, even when work, like overworking, putting in too many hours, I think I'm going to have to not do that anymore. And there's a way. I just haven't been able to be that guy, like where I have to. I mean, we have a lot of people in our team, right? And I just have to be that guy. It's like, you guys are doing this, and we're all in this together, rather than feeling bad that they have to stay a little late because of me.
Right.
But it's not because of me. It's because of them. It should be more like, us being a team.
Yeah.
Right. So I think I figured that out. And I feel a little bit better about being like, not an asshole, but like a manager, So, I hate to keep going on and on about all this stuff. And, maybe this episode is just kind of like talking about mental health.
I think it's very important. I think, I mean, you know, like kind of younger, or when like back in the days, I didn't believe in it. I thought, you know, it is taboo, especially in the Asian community. But I think it's very important these days because, you know, I mean, some people go like, okay, there's that tough immigrant like school of thought of just fuck your feelings, swallow it, and do what you got to do. Yeah. But you know, it's not healthy. You know, it's not healthy at all. But I'm kind of that type of person because, you know, I rarely vent about.
Yeah, I know. I rarely hear you vent about stuff, but I do catch you say, "I don't need to vent because I don't care about this."
Yeah.
You know?
Well, not about this, but
no, I don't care about like. Yeah, I don't take like so. I actually learn a lot from that. Like when it comes to work things, it's like you don't need to take that seriously. Some things you don't have to take it that seriously.
Yeah,
and like so that I'm learning from you.
Yeah,
so I appreciate that actually.
Well, you know me, man. Come on, man. There's we both have similar goals when it comes to certain things.
Yeah,
and I'm sure you feel the same way about it as I do, is that I'm going to see it to fruition. That's my goal.
Yeah.
Right?
That's my fear of the FOMO, right?
Yeah.
It's the fear of missing out.
Yeah.
My fear is that I'll duck out before you get it done.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, I know that we're both capable of doing it.
Yeah.
It's just that I know myself to have given up in the past.
Right.
And it's
But even not even just like our work shit, right? Just like
being in Korea.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's for me. Like this weekend, I went to Gongju to do stand up.
That's like
Chungcheongdo.
Far,
like 3 hours away.
Southeast?
North.
Oh, it's north. 3 hours northeast.
I don't know. Anyway, it's up there.
3 hours north is like North Korea.
Might as well have been. It was, but so it's so this dude who has like he's a CEO of some small company. He really loves Gongju, his hometown.
Okay.
Right. So he spent money to create a stand-up comedy show at a Hanokmaul. For those that don't know what a Hanokmaul is, like this like old school style, like the doors are made of paper mache, right? You know what I mean? Like you're sleeping on the floor, like it kind of smells like the forest, you know what I mean? It was very interesting, but on the weekends, apparently, you know, a lot of families go there, and so it's always going to be a packed area, right? The Hanokmaul. And so, but they made it 19금, which is like 19 and over, aka it's supposed to be Korean version of rated R.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we get there and I'm like, well, there's a lot of kids, and it's outside too, right? Well, there's a lot of kids here. And then when it was showtime, there's a bunch of kids sitting all over the place with their parents and adults and whatever. About 50 people, you know? And then so I go, wait a minute, this is supposed to be like a rated R show.
Yeah.
But
somebody missed that.
But somebody fucked up, right? And so the first three I was the last one, but the first three comics, Donga, Habin, and Kim Youngi. But Youngi is like, you know, she's a celebrity.
Yeah.
So she does her set, but Youngi can't be dirty.
Okay.
Because she, in her mind, is a Korean celebrity, so she can't do it.
Clean set.
So she did a clean set, but before she goes up, she's like, Oppa, I'm gonna take all these kids and just go do a lap around the whole compound. Right?
Okay.
You know, and I go, what? And then she goes, oh, because, well, the parents are gonna be okay with it because I'm a celebrity, so I can't kidnap them, right? So I was okay, cool.
Wait. So Tonga, like those guys already went?
Yeah.
Did they do their dirty stuff?
They can't.
They can,
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. I mean, well, Habin don't have dirty material.
Okay.
And Tonga was just trying to be clean.
Yeah.
And then Youngie was also okay.
For you.
Right. But then the thing was like, you know, Tonga was saying, oh, this is supposed to be a, you know, Shipgugum show.
Yeah. Oh, he said it.
Yeah, but like there's a lot of kids here. We can't go. So there were some people that were like, hey, you know, be dirty or whatever, right?
In front of the kids.
Yeah, but but they were like Ahjumas. They were like,
oh, really?
Mid 40s, early 50s, you know? Some of them look like they already been drinking, you know? So Youngie did had the great idea of moving the kids and taking them. So she goes, Imo tarawa. And so they went, and then I went in and I went at it. I went dirty. And they loved it to a point where these Ahjumas invited us to a Bakuli Chip that one of their moms owned.
For Icha?
Yeah. So I was like, all right, fuck it. So we went. And again, it was me and two other dudes. Mm-hmm. And there was 4 Ahjumas, right?
Okay.
And these Ahjumas they all had kids in either middle school or high school or beyond. Mm-hmm. And like they were getting drunk and just being a little bit like lewd. That's weird coming out of my mouth, but like they were being a little bit like, they were saying like, you know, they're telling sexual jokes. You know, one girl was like, 저 결혼 안 했어요. Like I don't have a husband. Mm-hmm. And then our friends, what the fuck are you talking about? Your husband's out of town. He's like, you shut the fuck up. Like it was that kind of.
Oh, they were joking like that.
Joking like, okay. You know, they were gonna like semi sleep with us.
Oh my gosh.
Right. And I was like, and then one of them said, do you want 펄떡주? And I was like, what's that? And he goes, 펄떡주 is like some sort of drink. It's kind of like organic Viagra drink, you know?
Okay.
Right. It's like a you know Koreans and their stamina dick.
Just trying
pills,
to butter you up.
Yeah.
Or what's for lack of another phrase.
Yeah. But then so apparently it comes in a bottle that's shaped like a dick.
Oh really?
Right. I didn't see
this
it.
Exists?
Yeah. 펄떡주, right?
Did you know? Have you heard about
this? No, right? And she was like, "Oh,
wait, what are they selling in a 편의점?
No, like it's like one of those like
약국.
Wow, yeah. Imagine go to a pharmacy and be like, "Give me the fucking dick."
I mean, that's how you have to buy condoms in the States sometimes, right?
The dick-shaped bottle. No, but so one of the women, she was like, "Do you want some 펄떡주 to me?"
Okay.
And I said, "I don't think I need it."
Wait. Where do you buy this though?
I don't know, but apparently, so like. Well, this is what I realized about going to like the countryside of Korea. And I haven't been to many, but every time you go to a countryside and they meet city folk or, you know, like foreigners, they want to show you the best that their town has to offer. Whether it's food, drinks, shit, you can only get here. And it's never
vice versa. Like if you live in the big city, it's like... whatever, just like go wherever you want.
Just eat this shit, right? Whatever, right? Right, but over there, they're like, you know, so they're known for their pam.
Pam, okay, the chestnuts.
Yeah, so like pam 막걸리, pam, like you know, like stuff like that. Yeah. So he's like, oh, 여기 오면, you know, pam 막걸리 마셔야지. So we drank some pam 막걸리 and some chon or whatever, and then afterwards, one of the women, she was not married. She's very, very like popular.
Okay.
Like she like so she goes, oh 2차 어디 3차 어디 yeah 3차 어디 갈까?
Were these Ahjumas? No?
Far from.
Okay.
Yeah. They were cold jumas.
Wait, what are they?
Cold Ahjumas. They're not hot. They're far from, bro. They were jumas.
Oh, no. Okay.
But anyway, so the one of the ladies, she was like, "Oh, we'll take. You know, you guys want to drink some more?" And I looked at the guys, like, "Yeah, we can drink some more." So we go to 3차.
Youngie's not there. Youngie
don't drink, so she had to leave.
Right.
So she's I know that my 동생 owns a different like 술집. Let's go over there, right? So we're walking, and as we're walking, like everybody on the street is like 인사ing to her, like bowing to her.
Oh, she's
right?
like
I was like, well, what kind of person is she? And she's kind of like tomboyish. So she has her hands in her pocket, like walking, like kind of like, moseying, like, like just strolling. And then when people inside, she's like, oh, 그래. Right. Like, and I was like, oh shit, like she runs this area, right? Like, like
she's like Queen Bee in high school.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And so we go to this other place, and then so that area's Soju is called Lin Makgeolli. Lin, Lin, or
Lin Makgeolli.
Yeah.
Okay.
Urin as a Lin. Right?
Okay.
And so that's all we were drinking because that's what we gotta do, right? And so we ate the cuisine. It was good.
Yeah.
Nothing to write home to mom about. We did not have time to go eat kimpi-tang because the place, the kimchi pizza 탕수육.
Oh right, that's right.
Because the place that everyone told me to go call, they closed at 5 p.m.
Damn.
Right? like 5. I was like, what the fuck? What are we gonna eat? I can't order it to go or whatever, right? So we didn't. Unfortunately, I did not get to eat the kimchi tang.
Okay.
But from the locals, they go 공주에 오면 짬뽕을 먹어야 돼.
짬뽕.
Apparently, they're known for their 짬뽕.
Okay.
Right. So I was like, okay, a lot of shellfish in that shit. I was like, okay, whatever, gout. I'm here. Got to eat it. I ate it, and I said, I don't know what the big deal is. So 공주, your 짬뽕's whatever. That's what I'm gonna say. But back to the reason. Like, it was an enjoyable time. I had a good show, right? Not just me, but everyone seemed to have a good time.
Yeah.
And like my not goal, but I was like, it'd be nice if once a month I can do stuff like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you got paid, right?
Yeah. So like once a month, go to another town and try their finest dishes.
Well, now twice a month you're doing that big show in Hongdae, right?
Right.
Yeah, once a month.
Right.
You should do something like that.
Yeah. But
by the way, we got to do the Jeju thing, right?
So to me, it's about like, again, we've talked about this a handful of times, but not just with the podcast, but with the stand-up stuff. Everything I'm doing, it's like, I feel like I'm early missionary. You know what I mean? Of trying to like evangelize these things, and people were like, "This is the devil's work" or whatever. But
yeah, you're like a pioneer.
But the frustration comes from always the pushback.
Yeah, it's not gonna be
right. So that's always gonna be my stress.
Simple as you want it to be.
And on top of that, it's like, I mean, I'm always gonna be like, why the fuck am I here? My goal is to always go back. So, which is different from you because you love this place. I like it, but
I mean, I love it. Yeah, I would. I use the word love. Clearly, I wish Korea had more that back home offers.
Right.
But like, I'll take Korea over back home for now. I would never say it's like a perfect scenario.
Of course.
I love it for me now.
Right.
I love feeling safe. And,
no, I get it. I get it.
We talk about this a lot.
Yeah, no, but it's always like, damn, you like the amount of times you say you feel like you like it safe. It goes to show how many crazy incidents you've had in the U.S.
Yeah,
right. But you've seen. But again, you're talking to me.
Yeah,
I've seen just as much, if not crazier shit, right?
Yeah, but you have a higher threshold for that kind of thing.
Right. I mean, dude, I told you when I was 4. Did I tell you the story? I was 4. I was in front of my dad's liquor store eating a chuchuba. The ones that you break in half?
Yeah.
And which one do you eat first? The one with the tail or the one with in...
Good question. I ate the tail one
okay, tail first, right? So it was just me. So I broke it in half and this is not a good visual. I'm doing I did construction worker shit. But anyway, so I'm eating... a chuchuba in front of my dad's store, sitting on a milk crate. I was about 4, 5, and then I see 2 rival gangs line up in the middle of the street, like it was the Revolutionary War, right? And they start shooting at each other. They broad daylight, right?
I think you did tell me, and you actually saw people die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I'm like, oh shit. And my dad's like, what the fuck? Right. So, I've seen that. And then some of them ran into the store begging us to like fucking hide them in places or whatever. Like, then and I've seen that, that's just tip of the iceberg type of shit. Right. So like, I understand that there is obviously not that type of shit in Korea. Right. But, I mean, to me, there's other things I miss. Right.
Right now, like I'm thinking even more so because of my son being here. And I was on the fence about where my wife and I were on the fence in terms of where we want him to grow up.
Right.
And she was like leaning towards the US because she doesn't like the education system and the pressure that kids have these days.
Right.
And she doesn't want that kind of pressure on our kid. But personally, I think what's going on back home in the States, there's a lot of effed up things going on, right? Because a lot of attacks on Asians and a lot of like things that are coming up to the surface that are very unsavory. Like it's just a really bad time.
Right.
That I want to protect my son from if I can, just because I don't understand it. All I know is what I hear in the news. I'm not seeing it firsthand.
Right.
I haven't been home in so long. So instinctively, I think, hey, I'd rather him have some pressures of the education system here and kind of work on personally telling him, hey, at least from your parents, you don't have that pressure. Like we understand the pressures you might have from your classmates and stuff like that, but like at least from us, it'll be different.
Right.
Like keeping up with the Joneses things, that's something like I think I can work on, like, and not make sure that like he has to, I mean, that's my wife's biggest fear for him. And
I mean, I think it's the amount of competition that I see here, like about like,
getting into school,
but not only getting into school, because they believe that like getting into the best hagwons and schools will get you into the best universities, will hopefully make it easier for you to get a decent job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's kind of their route, which is the same back home
true.
too.
Actually,
right?
that's true for them.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like when I see like, oh, I want to get a job at Samsung. As whatever lawyer or whatever, like, you know what I mean? So if you trying to be an in-house lawyer for Samsung, like your resume or your CV needs to be like picture perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's also like defined from an early age of what high school you went to. You know what I mean? And so things like that are I think very prevalent here. In Korea compared to back home, where obviously if you graduate from Harvard or whatever, you're probably going to look better than someone that graduated from UCLA. Right. But with that being said, I don't feel like it's just the resume. You know what I mean? Like back home, I think there's other things that you can display, that can get you at least to the interview. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
Right. So to me, I think that's where I see the big difference of both countries and the education system, and like just the idea of like, I don't know, I mean, like, I remember when I was in school, and I don't know, this is a back in the days type of situation, but when I was back home, like, they wanted well-rounded students in college. So they didn't want you to just have good SAT scores and whatever fucking GPA.
Yeah, you needed extracurricular activities.
Right. Like you need community service, like you play a sport, like you were in the fucking whatever team or whatever band, or you had to have all this other shit. And which I feel like is very important compared to here. You know what I mean? In terms of extracurricular activities or whatever, right? So those are the things that I look at to be like, but again, I don't have a kid, so I don't know. Yeah. But I always would, in my mind, depending on the area, obviously, but I would like to raise my kids in the U.S. That's kind of my thought.
Well, yeah. I think it's both important.
For all those parents that are watching, would you rather raise your kids in the U.S. or Korea? Tell us why. So Bob, aside from your R&R time, you do anything interesting or fun in the week off?
No, I basically I just basically slept. I didn't eat enough, but I did. My wife, it was her birthday, so we did go out for her birthday, which was nice. But we also had a date night because I think I told you about this, but we, if I'm being like a little bit like honest about where I am with my marriage and all that, it's like ever since we started working, I started working full time. There's been very little like alone time, and that's due to also feeling really bad to her parents to help with the baby a lot, right? But I realized like we were kind of losing touch. And so we, in the last couple of weeks, we have agreed to going on one date a week to make sure that we talk, that we communicate like what we're feeling, because most times we can't do it with the kid, with the parents. Like it's just impossible, even though we want to. So we had a date night. We went to Mangwon Yangkochi.
Boom.
And we haven't seen them in a long time. It was a tangor of ours for so long, for 5 years, right? Yeah, they were, it was really cool to see them. They gave us a bunch of free service.
Oh, not just mandu?
Not just mandu. We got like 옥수수, myeon. What else? They gave us something else. Anyway, but we ate a lot. And it was great.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We shared not too much to drink because, but it just felt like the olden days. So we used to go there on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Before we had the baby. And I missed that, and my wife, I could tell she missed it too. So that was probably the highlight of my time away from work. So this week we're planning on something as well, but we just it's probably gonna be like we found this really cool chamchi place, but it's not just chamchi. They do charcuterie, like hamon and all that stuff.
Chamchi and hamon.
Yeah, you can go either or because it's a wine place and it's a sake soju kind of vibe. It's like a guy. He's a little bit older than me, but he's lived abroad and whatnot, and he has a place right by our house, so we might try going there. We went there for our anniversary.
Nice.
We're like, why don't we go back like every week or every other week or once a month?
You had a good time.
Yeah,
good.
Like places we've gone to that we love. Like, why not? Let's go back to where we first had our first date. Like, let's do stuff like that. Why can't we?
Yeah.
And so her parents are on board for now. We're really trying to explain to them that they can also see that we're very distant, and that we don't talk much, or we almost like visually resent each other because I'm just so tired all the time, and she is, and we're not very loving to each other. For a while, like I told you, I was saying I tell her before I left the house that I love her, and then it used to be reciprocated, but then it gradually turned into kure. Like like it was funny for me because I think part of her was just joking too. But then the more and more I said it out loud, it was just kind of like, damn, that's my fault, So I'm trying to get back to the Bobby that I used to be, because I think I was a pretty decent person like a year ago, even, even before that, I think I tried more. And now I just kind of like, I feel like I need to try harder. So so last week I did that. We, besides that, I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed, I had lunch with a friend one day, at a really nice place, for brunch on a rooftop. And it was the first time doing anything like that. It was really nice, like fancy food. And it had a view of Justco across the park.
Okay.
And then I remember looking over and seeing it. I was just like, this is just too close for comfort. Like,
ooh, you know what? I actually, speaking of food, I went to a place called Mongnan, which is
what's that?
So you know that show where celebrities bring the refrigerator and then they cook something, chefs cook something in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So there's this Chinese cuisine guy, short old man.
Yeah.
He has a place in Yeonidong.
Oh yeah. So you went there. It's hard to get reservations there. Yeah.
And so, like, again, thank you to Im Chan-young from Clubhouse. This room that I go to, he is probably the best foodie I know so far, right? Like, if I go, I'm in the middle of Kumi. Where should I go? He'd be like, oh, 잠깐만요. And you'll look at his like places that he's been.
Yeah.
To be like, 여기 되게 맛있어요, right?
Yeah.
So I told him one of my bucket lists, even before I came to Korea, was to go try this place.
Okay.
I heard a lot of good things. So apparently, like, so it was like he got the reservation like a week before, and we got in on Thursday. Some of their main dishes you have to order beforehand, like the tongpayuk, which is kind of like it's like the braised pork belly with bok choy and like kind of soy saucy braise.
In like a clay pot.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
That shit was, I've had it in other places.
Yeah.
This shit was out of this world good.
Was it like in a bao bun?
No. It was just
that.
That and bok choy.
Nice.
Kind of expensive, right? But I was like, I'm not gonna do it every week.
Yeah.
But like maybe like once, twice a year, I'm down to go to that place, right?
All right.
And then their other thing is called membosha, which is,
I was gonna ask. That's the shrimp toast thing,
yes,
right?
yes, shrimp toast.
Yeah.
I liked it, but didn't beat the.
A lot of places do that now.
Right.
You can actually buy that on the street. I see, like in some places, like they do it for street food.
To me, it was like the best of like a shrimp tempura almost.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like a fried shrimp,
It's like a little shrimp Melba toast.
Yes.
Filled with shrimp and deep fried.
Yes.
Kind of thing going. Yes. Right.
So I ate it going, I mean, again, as someone with gout,
right?
We shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
But I said, sorry, foot.
YOLO.
I'm going to eat it. And then we ordered like other shit, right?
Okay.
There was 4 of us. Bill came out to about $1.50.
Okay. Not bad.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. The only thing that to me was like out of this world was the pork belly braise. Everything else was all right. It wasn't like out of control. Jjajangmyeon, super whatever. You know? So, but I crossed it off my bucket list.
Nice.
And the ajashi was there.
Oh, they were.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And I met him before. He came to one of my comedy shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like, Gigaman. And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, oh.
Any service?
Huh? No, because it was afterwards. I left and we left, we paid, and I was having a cigarette. And then when I saw him, I was like, oh shit. It was, I just wanted to thank him because, whatever. So Mongnan, if you go there, get the pork belly braise. That was another level good.
We need to try that too. Like my wife and I, we try to do things like that. But make sure that we can take our parents. Because their parents have, they're very simpletons.
Right.
And they're very simpletons. They're simpletons.
You called your in-laws stupid.
Simpletons aren't stupid. They like things like
they're
simple.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
They
have no 관심. They have no they don't care about like Michelin star restaurants and like that's not like something they want to do. So we have to force them to go, and we take them to these places, and then it's most of the times it's not like, wow, like this is what I was missing in my life. It's probably never that way, but
right.
It's my wife's very adamant that we give them these experiences.
Right.
Her dad is like kind of a badass because he likes what he likes.
Yeah.
And that's all he needs. Like literally, like I look up to him in that way. We talked about him, like he just like he can do the kimchi and soju and be fine.
Right.
And I think I'm at that place. So but why not give them some cool experiences?
I just wanted to give you the definition of simpleton. A foolish or gullible person.
Oh, okay. My bad. Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, that's not what I meant, okay? So, right.
I know,
Okay.
I know that's not what you meant,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to let you know that that's not the right word.
All right. Well, I'm going to use that word for a lot of people.
You simpleton, you. No, so what I obviously I love food, right? And
Yeah.
I want to try new shit.
Oh,
right?
dude, go like that. Oh, it's gone. Right. Oh man, mosquito.
Us focusing on this mosquito is not doing any
Yeah.
doing us favors for this show, right?
Yeah.
But so I
I did want to. You did say
What?
at your trip you got mauled by a
yeah,
bunch of mosquitoes.
you see it in my
right?
hand? Yeah, fuck me up.
I will say the whole week that I was home,
Uh.
I constantly was being terrorized by one or two mosquitoes every night. And so I got to do something about this shit. Like it's driving me insane. Literally, because you hear it buzz by your ear. I can't sleep until I catch it.
Right.
So it's infuriating.
Like I know a lot of people I don't want to say freak out about mosquitoes, but your hatred of mosquitoes is probably yours hatred of mosquitoes is up there compared to anyone else I know.
Okay.
Like nobody loves mosquitoes. Obviously they're needed for humanity, but right?
Yeah.
But the way when you see a mosquito and you are quick to jump to action,
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know you were that fast. Like you had that kind of reflexes, I just thought you were a simpleton. But anyway,
there's more than one in here. It's trying to drive me insane. Anyway.
Well, Bob, I mean, I'm sure all the fans that we have, but me importantly, we all want you to figure it out and be in a better place. So I'm sure everybody is, thinking of you, praying, figuring it out.
I appreciate it too.
Right?
A lot of people sent me messages of like, sermons, or even books to read and meditation to listen and watch. And so I really, really appreciate all that love.
Right.
It's I haven't been able to respond to most of the people that have sent me comments and whatnot, but I definitely felt all the love, and it really helped.
Good.
It really did help. It helps to know that people care. So I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you everyone for that love.
So with that being said, Bob, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
We didn't go anywhere. Bobby needed some time, and I actually didn't do nothing except went to Mongnan and hung out with a bunch of Ahjumas that kind of wanted to sleep with me.
That's not nothing. That's There's a bit in there somewhere. You gotta make it work for you.
But for all those watching, if you guys are having a tough time, please let your friends know. You know what I mean? I think, like I said, like, you know, I mean, obviously at the end of the day, we started off with this mental health awareness type of stuff. But not just with COVID, but just in general, I think a lot of people are in a funk, so to speak. And, you know, I think amongst most of my friends, I feel like they're all the types to just kind of hold it in when they're down or depressed or whatever. But you know, for all you you know, all you guys going through some shit, you know,
be vocal about it, man.
Be vocal, whether it's a stranger and going to therapy, or whether it's telling your friends, like, you know, there's nothing to be ashamed of. If they're your true friends, then there's nothing really that you should hide, right? So you know, hope everybody's doing okay. And I know that, you know, people are getting vaccinated. We're not out of the woods yet, but you know what I mean? Stay strong.
Yeah, and also my wife is gonna stop working soon. So please buy some merch. For the love of God. Please help a brother out. Just like,
yes, buy some merch.
And finally, I'm gonna start doing shows again. Like so if you live in Seoul, please look out for that. I think I'm gonna start playing shows again.
You know, for the fans of Noonchi Podcast, this is what I'll say. You don't need to come to my shows because I'm pretty good. My shit's getting
He's
sold
selling
out
and stuff.
But like, go watch Bobby. Go listen to Bobby. Go check him out. Cause
I don't think I've ever sold out a show yet. So I don't know. Maybe I have.
I've been killing it, baby. And this is a jinx. I'm gonna jinx it, but yeah, so far so good. So,
but the shows are free. Okay. So just come. I'm gonna put a little tip jar out.
Right. His are free. Mine are $22. So go to his.
Yeah, and $22 for a tip would be nice. You don't get a free drink with that, so.
All right, yo.
Figure it out.
See you next time.
Later, guys. Thanks you.
Bye bye.
Thanks you.
Thanks you. What a simpleton.